Every single second that you're online, something is working quietly in the background, protecting your most private info. It's called encryption, and today we're going to break down exactly what it is and why it's so incredibly important. So think about this for a second. Your last online purchase, or maybe that last private message you sent to a friend. What's actually standing between that personal data and some hacker trying to get their hands on it? Well, the answer is a really powerful process called encryption. To really get why encryption matters so much, we first have to understand the problem it's built to solve. And that problem? A digital world just filled with prying eyes. Just think about it. We're constantly sending messages, buying things, sharing files all day long. And every single one of those actions sends a little piece of your personal data flying across the internet. Now, without any protection, that data is kind of like a postcard. Anyone who intercepts it can read every single word. But thankfully, we're not sending digital postcards. We're using something much more like a digital safe. And that right there is the core idea behind encryption, a powerful digital lock and key system designed for our data. So at its heart, what is it? Encryption is basically a scrambling process. It takes your normal readable data, which is called plaintext, so think of an email or your credit card number, and it uses a complex algorithm to turn it into unreadable nonsense. And this jumbled up code has a name, ciphertext. The process itself, from a high level, is actually surprisingly simple. You start with your original data, the plain text. Then you apply the lock. That's the encryption algorithm. And boom, out comes the ciphertext, which is a totally secure and scrambled version of your information. And here is the absolutely crucial part. Once that data is turned into gibberish, it's completely useless to anyone who might get a hold of it, unless they have the specific, secret key to unlock it. The key is the only thing that can reverse the process, turning that ciphertext back into readable plain text. No key, no data. It's that simple, and it's that powerful. Now this is where it gets even more fascinating. See, not all encryption is created equal, and the main difference really comes down to one simple question. Are we dealing with one key, or are we dealing with two? So there are two main approaches. First, you have symmetric encryption. The easiest way to think about this is like your house key. One key locks the door, and that very same key unlocks it. It's really fast, but it can be risky. If somebody steals your key, your security is totally gone. Then you have asymmetric encryption, and this is a real game changer. It uses two separate keys. Think of it like a personal mailbox. Anyone can use the public slot to drop a letter in, but only you have the private key to actually open the box and read what's inside. It is so much more secure. Okay, so that's all the theory, but where do you actually run into this stuff? Let's bring it back to our everyday world and take a look at encryption in your daily life. And believe me, it is, quite literally, everywhere. That online purchase you just made, your credit card number was definitely encrypted. That message you sent on WhatsApp, that uses end-to-end encryption, which is one of the strongest forms out there. Your private emails, the photos you back up to the cloud, all of it relies on this technology. It's really the invisible shield of the internet. So, what's the big takeaway from all this? Well, the best way to think about encryption is to see it as your own personal digital bodyguard. You've seen it a million times, I'm sure of it. That little padlock symbol right next to the website address in your browser? Well, that's not just a cute decoration. It's a visual signal that your connection to that site is secure. It's your browser's way of telling you that encryption is actively on the job, protecting everything you send and receive. And that's really what it all comes down to. Encryption isn't some abstract technical term. It's a tireless 24/7 security detail for your personal information. It is the silent protector that truly makes our digital lives possible. So the next time you see that little padlock, you'll know your digital bodyguard is on the job. The only question left is, in an age of quantum computers and ever smarter hackers, how long will today's locks be strong enough?